From LALATE News headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Mornings LALATE.
Good morning. The toast is toasting, the butter is buttering, and I'm here, you're here on a big morning. But who has my bacon? It's a Saturday morning, and your $1,400 third stimulus check is brewing into your bank account, direct deposit this morning. The president announced on Thursday that stimulus checks would arrive on Saturday, but countless viewers from this channel received them on Friday. More are receiving them this Saturday morning. The incredible great news across the board is that direct deposit of $14 third stimulus checks is on their way. They started yesterday, they continue today, and in this recording I'll go over which banks are depositing them today, which are not, which will be holding up the stimulus checks for a few days, and which are not. Across the land, a 2-hour programming block of Mornings LA starts right now with the first recording, this one about your stimmy check. The Biden bucks are arriving, and I'm so excited for you as Mornings LA gets underway right now. What a big morning it is, from New York to the West Coast, from the New England to the Southwest. America is excited as Biden bucks are arriving. $1,400 third stimulus checks are arriving in viewers' bank accounts yesterday and again today. Friday, the stimulus checks started to show. Today, they started to show as well, and more will show on Monday. But who will receive these direct deposits of $14 third stimulus checks right now? And who will have to get an extra cup of coffee as they await those stimulus checks? The toast is toasting, the butter is buttering. I'm here, you're here. The only thing that's missing, of course, is my bacon. I'm so excited for you with exciting big news on a Mornings LALATE that you have never seen before. I'm really excited for you, and I have a lot of surprises in this recording. Stay to the end. Guess what? Two of your favorite things on this channel are coming back, and I'll have the breaking details for you later in this recording. Stay to the very end because I have a lot of details for you. This is the start of an hour and a half of a live programming on Mornings LALATE. Part of our 6-hour programming schedule today, this show will go specifically over your stimulus check only over the next 40 approximate minutes. Then I'm back right after that to go over the remainder of your third stimulus check. The incredible great money you will get in those Biden bucks. Some automatic, some not automatic. And the new twists and turns. Then at the top of the hour, I'm back with more exciting news. I have new video from the President of the United States about your stimulus. I have new video from Elizabeth Warren about SSI and SSDI. And I have a lot of great breaking news about forced stimulus. Congratulations. If you have not subscribed to this channel, today is the day to subscribe. We're making a lot of changes, and there's a lot of excitement to come, and I have breaking details of those news announcements later in this video. You are going to be excited. So how are you? It's a big full day, and millions of Americans are starting to receive their stimulus check, or stimmy, as some people call it, or Biden bucks, as other people refer to it. So who, where, and when? Let's go over each of these details first right off the bat. The stimulus check was sent out on not Friday, not Saturday, but actually Thursday. And ironically, I was the first to tell anyone worldwide that stimulus checks would arrive on Friday and that they were sent out on Thursday. In fact, a major financial news channel this morning's lead story is the stimulus checks will start to arrive on Monday. Just tell them that some people have already cashed the check by that time of that story. Yeah. So the stimulus checks went out on Thursday. What went out? Electronic $1,400 stimulus checks. How was it sent out? Let's go over the details of the sending of the check. The sending of the checks are coming from IRS. The sending of the checks is an electronic push. That electronic push from IRS is based upon Social Security numbers. If you have a Social Security number, you're getting a stimulus check. If you don't, you're not getting a stimulus check. The push from IRS of the stimulus checks out is not, NOT, dependent upon the following factors: the alphabetical nature of your last name, what state you live in, your age, whether you're on benefits or not on benefits, like Social Security or railroad benefits, whether you receive your benefits a certain manner from one bank, a big bank, or a thin bank, whether you are a family of 5 or a family of 4, whether you make $74,000 or you make $2,000. None of those factors are a part of the equation on how the stimulus check push out from IRS occurs. The push out of the $1,400 stimulus check by electronic deposit or direct deposit or electronic transmittal, whatever expression you want to use, is an electronic process that matches the person, the bank account number, and the amount. There is nothing else that the computer system knows about the person except the amount, the Social Security number, and the account it's going to, and the routing number. So it takes nothing else into equation. So questions like the following are irrelevant. Did anyone else in Illinois get a stimulus check? Irrelevant. It doesn't make a difference because the state is not a factor in the equation. Did anyone else on SSI get a stimulus check? Also not in a part of the equation. The manner in which the stimulus check goes out is universal and equal among all U.S. citizens for electronic receipt. That's the first item. The next item, where is the push going to? The push is going to head of households. So, single mom with 3 kids, the mom is getting the check for herself and the 3 kids. Husband and wife, married couple with 2 kids where the husband is the lead name on the tax return, the check is going to the husband in the name of him for 4 kids. If you are dependent on someone else's tax return, the push is going to the person whose tax return you are a dependent upon. There is one full push. Now, here's an unusual twist. It's not unusual for this channel, but it's unusual for this stimulus package. Under the second stimulus package, there was a limit on the size of the household, how many people in the household could get a stimulus check. This time around, it's back again. It was supposed to be 4-people household, but viewers have already reported 5 people in the household getting a stimulus check. In the second stimulus package, that was not unusual. I had strange occurrences where I saw 6-person households getting stimulus checks and 7-person households. Not very clear, but it's supposed to be 4. But if you get 5, and I've already had viewers say a family of 5 got 5 stimulus checks, that's where we are. The stimulus check amount is $1,400 exactly. So, family of 4, $1,400 times 4. And there you go. At this point, you are up to date about the push of the stimulus check, the electronic push of the stimulus check. Who is on the recipient end to receive the electronic stimulus check or direct deposit? 3 groups of viewers. The first, people who got the first and second stimulus check without any problems electronically and have the same bank account. Number 2, people who are on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, and receive their monthly benefits by a direct deposit mechanism. You are also in this group. This includes people who receive a direct deposit into a bank account or a direct deposit into a card account. Number 3, people who filed their tax returns early may also be in this equation. We're not yet seeing how this plays out. There's 2 things about that I want to go over. And these are incredible specific details you're really only hearing from this channel. You're not going to hear this anywhere else. This is based upon what I have always done in the reporting of this channel. I see events occurring from viewers. I learn from them, so I expand them to you. In this case, viewers have already told me their situations, and I know what has worked and what has so far not worked. I have had viewers who have said that they filed their 2020 tax return in late February, right when the window started, updating their bank account, and they have gotten the stimulus check. I've had other viewers that said they did that as well, that the tax return shows pending still, not processed, and that they have still not gotten their stimulus check as of this morning. Here is among the items to consider. If you did file that tax return early in February, a 2020 return, to provide updated information about your bank account electronically for exactly this purpose, look and see if the tax return has been processed or pending. If it's processing or pending, I don't think this is going to work for you. If it is processed and is finalized, it may have worked for you. We really don't know. Ultimately, if you have a story to tell, send me a DM on Twitter at LALATE or on Instagram at LALATE_ or on Facebook at LALATE News. I've had a lot of comments from viewers and I've loved them, and that's how I'm able to share you the breaking news. How many viewers have gotten stimulus checks from this channel so far? I've not been able to read everyone's comments because there's a lot of comments on a channel that does the traffic it does and has the social media platform it does. But I've seen over 100 viewers yesterday got the stimulus check from all different walks of life. So this is great news. I've also seen viewers get the stimulus check this morning. This is also great news. Remember, you can receive a stimulus check today. You cannot receive a stimulus check tomorrow. When a bank transfer occurs on a business day, which is Thursday or Friday, you can receive the funds the next day, which is a Saturday. The reason why is because banks clear the funds on a business night, which is Friday night. It's actually a business night. Had the IRS sent the funds on Saturday, they would not clear today because today is not a day to clear funds. It's not a business day. Finally, I have some viewers who dropped a very interesting comment. It says, my bank's actually closed on Saturday, meaning the door to the bank is actually locked, not that the bank is actually closed for business. That has nothing to do with the equation. The fact that the bank's door is actually closed on Saturday has nothing to do with the receipt date of your stimulus check. You may still receive your stimulus check on Saturday. If you have electronic portal access to your account, you may see it post today. The fact that the bank branch is closed means nothing about the transferring of the funds. Funds are cleared by bank clearinghouse systems that have nothing to do with whether your local branch is closed or open. That's the same equation for everything else, whether it's a credit union or whether it is a FinBank or whether it's SSI or SSDI. That the fact that something is closed as a retail operation has nothing in the equation. Next, calling makes no help to the situation. So viewers have already started calling. Please don't do that. While I am not from the banking industry and I'm not a representative of their labor union, it is ineffective and it's just a drain on resources. Calling up IRS, calling up your bank, calling up any credit union and saying, where is my stimulus check, is not going to speed up the process. The speeding up the process is the process is electronic. It is not man regulated or human regulated. So you calling up someone to say, hey, can you physically take it? No, it is a computer process that is not seen by an individual personally. All right, now let's turn to the bigger issue, which a lot of people have already started talking this morning on social media about. Which recipients are holding the stimulus checks and which are not. Now, whether you use the expression holding or waiting or processing, it means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. But the bottom line is, who has the funds and is not yet releasing them or is waiting on something? Let me go over all those details starting right now. Again, this is the result of word of mouth. A friend of mine this morning said, can you send me a link to a news article that talks about this? The news departments are closed. This is why you tune into a 6-hour live channel show every day, this channel, because this is news that is broken because of word of mouth, reaction from viewers. This happened to me, this happened to me, this didn't happen to me. That is how I report news. That's the way I've always reported news. Word of mouth is the news story. You are the news source. You are the source of what happened. And that ultimately, if a major newspaper does not report it, it doesn't mean it doesn't happen. It means their news offices are closed and they're not covering the story. So what's going on? Cash App, that's the online app, Cash App, has already cleared deposits. So viewers who had received, social media is fully reporting that users of Cash App received the funds on Friday. Chime, Chime, users of Chime have already reported that they have actually received the funds. And when I say receive the funds, I mean they actually have seen the funds deposit and they have access to withdraw the funds. Now, Chime is a little bit of confusion because in the second stimulus and the first stimulus, Chime did what was called an advance payment. They knew that something was pending and they allowed you to get it before it's coming. That's not this situation. In this situation, they actually have the funds in the bank account and they've cleared it for you in the case of Chime. Who else do we know about? Reports say that Navy Federal says they are not releasing the funds or they're not available until March 17th. There are other reports that several big banks, which I'm not going to name on air, but you know who they are reporting they are not going to have the funds released until March 17th. On social media, two of those major big banks are trending today for negative reaction to that news, where they actually tweeted out they are not allowing the funds to be dispersed until March 17th. Not particularly clear why. As I roll my eyes. In 2020, I fully documented how a series of major big banks were late to the game in the PPP program when it went live under the first stimulus package, and that the PPP program was paid out initially by small banks, credit unions, and thin banks. This time around, those big banks are late to the pony ride again. They're late to the pony ride by reportedly not releasing funds that some viewers have received. So if you are on Twitter or Facebook, generally Twitter, I would say, you can go on there and see which banks' names are trending today, and you will see what others have already reported happening to them for the funds. So how about you yourself separate and apart from those banks as well? When should you see the deposits? There's three different ways in which you'll see the actual physical deposits to occur. And shortly, I'm going to go over all those details. But first, here's a commercial about what's coming up on today's programming schedule. I'll be back in 60 seconds and explain to you when you might see your direct deposit land. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE.
From Wall Street to Main Street, this is LALATE.
And we're back. During the commercial break, I saw some wonderful questions and great comments. I'll be going over those shortly. If you have questions or comments, drop them on the screen. I may answer them as well. The breaking developing news, if you just join me, is that countless viewers of this channel received their $1,400 third stimulus check on Friday. Electronic receipt. Others received them today as well. Electronic receipt, direct deposit, debit cards, similar, and so forth. But the breaking development you're hearing for the first time on this channel this morning is that several major big banks are under fire on social media today because they are now reporting that your $14 third stimulus check will not be available to March 17th. Ultimately, if you're on Twitter, you can go on them and see which big banks are trending and which are under fire for the questioning of why a stimulus check they have received funds for is not available to March 17th. Good news for Chime, Cash App, and others, those check funds have already been released. Now, let me turn to other questions that obviously are surrounding the recipients of the stimulus check. If you're just joining me, this is Mornings LALATE, and we have an hour and a half of live programming on Mornings LALATE before noontime today. This recording is going over just the check and the receipt of the electronic check. The next recording after this is going over the other items in the third stimulus package, and then after that, I'm back with major new details from Elizabeth Warren about SSI, and also details about the president and his next stimulus package. Later in this recording, I have a major breaking news announcement for viewers of this channel. You're going to be very excited. I'm excited as well. So stay with me to the end of this recording. And if you have not subscribed, hit that subscribe button right now. The receipt of the stimulus check is an issue always of contention. So if you show it processing, that's good. Some banks won't hold an electronic deposit more than the night in which it's received. For example, most banks that see a deposit landing on a Friday night will clear the funds on a Saturday morning. Other banks may hold it an additional day. Some banks may hold it more than one day. What's happening with the big banks today is not particularly clear, in which they report they have received the funds. They did not clear them last night, and they're still not clearing them this morning. Not particularly clear, and there's no explanation for it. If you are one of the viewers who have already received the stimulus check, but a stimulus check is missing, we don't yet have a fix for that other than the tax return. Example, husband and wife with 2 kids, but you only got 3 stimulus checks. Where is that missing stimulus check? Under the first and second stimulus package, the way to fix it was filing a 2020 tax return to request the missing stimulus check. You would presume that if you didn't file the 2020 tax return, this is also going to be the mechanism to do it as well. We have not gotten clarity of that subject matter from IRS. We presume that will be the case. Moreover, if you have already filed the 2020 tax return, you may have to file an amended tax return if you are missing that third stimulus check. Now, let me make something very clear. It is not time or place yet to claim anything is missing. It is too early in the equation. So I know people sometimes have different patience levels, but you are not at that point yet. Let's turn to the non-filer filing. I've gotten a lot of questions about that as well. The non-filer filing is, let me go over every question that I've really gotten about it. First, if you use the non-filer filing in early 2020, you got your first stimulus check fine, you got your second fine, you don't have to do the non-filer filing again. In fact, it doesn't exist anymore, and in fact, it doesn't operate anymore. If you think that you may not get a third stimulus check, you cannot use the non-filer filing anymore. It no longer functions to get a missing stimulus check. In fact, it has not existed since the first stimulus check. It didn't work for the second, and it's not going to work for the third. The only way to get missing stimulus checks at the moment appears to be a tax return. So is your stimulus check electronically missing yet? Absolutely, categorically not. Some banks take upwards to several days to process electronic receipt. That's item number 1. Item number 2, if you believe that everything is fine and lined up, you should be fine. Ultimately, you generally know if you've done everything right. If you believe that IRS knows your bank account, routing number, nothing has changed, they know where you are, there's likely to be no problems ensuing. But if you think that there may be a problem because the bank account has changed or something has changed about that account, then there may be a problem about it. Let's turn then to the question of the receipt of the money. Viewers have already asked, well, I don't see it yet. Does that mean that I am late because of who I am? No. People have already started in the comments I've received, taken the inability to receive a stimulus check by Saturday morning as an indication that your walk of life is not getting the stimulus check yet. Just not true. As often as I say it's not true, the comment comes back. People ask, well, no one in Illinois is getting a stimulus check this weekend. Not true. No one with 2 kids is getting a stimulus check this weekend. Not true. No one on SSI is getting a stimulus check this weekend. Not true. Moreover, if you know someone who did get it and you didn't, and you did not get it, it has nothing to suggest that there's something wrong with your situation. Viewers have asked in some of the comments, has anyone seen anyone in Texas get a stimulus check? Oh, yeah, I did. Oh, no, so I'm in Texas. I haven't got a stimulus check. There must be something wrong. No, that's not the way it works. It also doesn't work for purposes of benefits. Has anyone seen has any veteran gotten their stimulus check? I have. Oh, no, my uncle hasn't gotten his. There must be something wrong. I better complain right away. No, that's not how it works. It has to do with the recipient bank that you're receiving the money from. Ultimately, the most obvious situation you see that's now unfolding is that major big banks have said, we have the funds, we're not giving them to March 17th. And fin banks, credit unions, app banks, and similar have the funds and have already released them. So that is singularly the most important indication. So if you are going to ask the question would be, has anyone with this bank gotten their stimulus check yet? That is a question that absolutely you should ask. Has anyone with this bank received their stimulus check? That's all you would ask. You would ask this bank in Nebraska or this bank in Massachusetts. You just ask anyone with this bank gotten their stimulus check. We did this once before, and we did this during the PPP program. People said, did anyone see a PPP program open up for this bank? No, it did not. So this is where we're back with the purposes of stimulus checks. If you're just joining me, let me go over what's happening. Your $1,400 third stimulus check was sent out on Thursday. This channel was the very first to report. In fact, the reporting this morning from financial news channels, the biggest ones in the United States, say the stimulus checks are going out next week. It's just not true. They went out on Thursday. Hundreds of viewers of this channel received the direct deposits on Friday. Other hundreds received them this morning. You will not receive a direct deposit tomorrow because tomorrow's not a day to clear funds. Monday is the next day to see funds appear. Moreover, something I've not said in this recording yet is that sometimes funds don't appear at 9 o'clock, but appear at 12 noon. A lot of banks clear funds throughout the day. Well, that's actually not the correct expression. A lot of banks post the clearing of funds throughout the day. So you may have had your stimulus check clear your bank last night, and they may still have not said anything in the account, but may say it at 2 o'clock this afternoon. We've already had countless viewers that have had that situation occur for them under this weekend, under the prior stimulus, and under the first stimulus. So watch your bank throughout the day. Ultimately, if you watch all the way to the end of the night and you don't see it, then it's likely to land on Monday. If you're also just joining me, the fin banks are doing great jobs again. Cash App, Chime are among the banks, fin banks that have already received the funds and given them to viewers. Banks like Navy Federal reportedly won't have the funds to March 17th. Viewers of all different walks of life, from SSI to sole practitioners, have received the stimulus check of this channel. It's not a factor of who you are, but a factor of what bank you do banking with. Finally, as to the check amount, missing checks, and anything else about the check. If you have a question of a situation where there is an ex-husband that's causing you problems, and you wonder about the check, take it out of the bank. The bank is not a picture frame. If you see the money in the bank, take it out. There's no requirement you leave the stimulus check in the bank. It's not a picture frame. It's not a museum. It does not have to sit there once it's there. You can take something out and go buy some $12 ice cream with it. So viewers have always asked, what about? Well, if you get the funds, take them out. It's Saturday. Go to the bank and take out the funds today. That's my question. I answered you. That question I'm seeing a lot, and you know which question I'm referring to. The next one is if you are missing a stimulus check, meaning you have gotten 2 of them, but you're missing 2 others of them. Think about why that might be the circumstance. Figure it out and dissect it. Why do you think 2 checks are missing out of the family of 4? And give it a day or 2. There may be a technical problem that happened. Also, finally, the tracking instruments. Every time we come along, people want to track a check. Let's go over this. First, calling up IRS, waste of time. Number 2, calling up your bank, waste of time. Number 3, going to IRS and doing track my IRS stimulus check tool, waste of time. It fails all the time. The website function item fails consistently. It's failed for over a year. Number 4, going in and doing a transcript. I don't know anyone that's done that yet, so I can't report any news about it this time around, but I can tell you what happened about second stimulus. Viewers who heard the trick from me said 8 out of 10 times it worked. 20% of the time it didn't work. What was it? You went into irs.gov, you set up a username and password. You went into irs.gov, you searched for your name, you searched then for a transcript, and then in the transcript, you look to see what was the last activity under your name. That last activity under your name was the issuance of a economic impact payment. Remember, that's the word for stimulus check. It's not stimmy. It's not Biden bucks. It's economic impact payment. And if it shows economic impact payment of, what's the date today? Today is the 13th. If it shows the 11th or the 12th or the 10th, good. It means it was sent out. If it shows no line entry, I don't know what to say. It may be inaccurate or it may be accurate. The website may not be up to date or it may be up to date. I don't know just yet. Finally, now that we come up with the 32-minute mark, I have a big surprise for you. Over the last few weeks, you've seen the rollout of LALATE Live. It's been a massive hit. Subscriber numbers are through the roof and viewership numbers are great. But along the way, people have asked, what about that? Well, as if you don't know, this platform that LALATE Live sits on is technically the most advanced platform in existence. No one has a broadcasting studio of this quality or this technical level anywhere. And with that, it takes a little bit of time for me to get up to date on everything it can do. Whether it's me showing you a stock quote, which I will do later this morning, or showing you a Elizabeth Warren video, which I'll be showing you as well. But one of the functionalities I did not know is the ability to record as well. And with that, I'm pursuing the opportunities to bring back early mornings LALATE and evenings LALATE as a tape show on this channel. So get ready and get excited, because now even this show, which you're live streaming right now, is actually also being recorded. So I have the ability to bring back early mornings LALATE and evenings LALATE. So stay with me over the next few days as I figure out everything and how it works. And away we go. If you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Also, like this video. And coming up right after this is another video which goes over the big other money under third stimulus. I've already gotten questions from viewers. How about the children's money? When does that come? When is the EIDL grant? When am I getting the $5,000? When am I going to get the $3,600? When am I going to get the college student aid? That's the video coming up right after this in less than 3 minutes. So jump out of this feed and jump into that feed. If you subscribed or you're a member, you're going to see a post to the community page that sends you the feed. Or if you follow on Twitter, you'll see it as well. And with that, thank you for joining me on the kickoff of Mornings LALATE. I'll be back in 2 minutes from now as Mornings LALATE continues right away.